before you write the equation of any sine or cosine curve, you need three values. All right, you need the A value, which is sometimes called the amplitude, which you have a formula for, which is just fresh off a quiz on Friday. Yep. So you need an A value. Let me go the easier of the rest. The C value, which is your shift, midline, or use the formula, which is max plus min over 2. So today I'll probably be finding the A and the C values with you first because they're the easiest. And then you also have to find the B value, which is called your what? Frequency. Now, I don't have a formula for you to find B. B equals. But what formula do we use that has B in it? Period, right? So that's what we're going to be using today to find that B value. So when we're missing the B value, we're going to go to the period. So these are the three values I need before we write the equation. Got to have them. All right, we're not going to write anything until we have all three. All right, let's just hop right into the fire here. Number one. Actually, it's not that bad. I've given you everything you need here. So you have an amplitude. What's that value going to give me? Right away, I have what values? 3. A values 3. Frequency is 4. What value do you have now? B. And then the shift is up 5. So I've also given you, oh, you're welcome. We don't have to find any value. We just got to write it correctly. All right, so we're ready to write the equation. And yeah, I am going to be picky if you don't have y equals. An equation has an equal sign. Y equals, first number that comes up, A value, 3. Next is if it's a sine or cosine. I tell you here, which is, it's a sine curve. We may have to get that from a graph. We'll get there in a minute. In parentheses, your B value with X. 4x. Make sure it's in parentheses. It doesn't have to be no, but you want to make sure it's separated from the C value, the shift, which is up 5. How do I represent that? Plus 5. So about as easy as it can get, right? Because I've given you all the values. You're going to have to find squat. Any questions from you guys? Ready to get a little tougher now? Yeah, you are. Okay, now I got a graph. Okay, from a graph, what's the equation of this curve? One at a time here. Ready? Let's start with the A value. You guys have a formula for me, right? Which was? Max. All right, what the stop? What's the max? 1 minus the minimum, which is -1 divided by 2. If you need your the calculator, go ahead. And that would be, my A value is, should be 1. Everyone agree? 1. Now look, I'll tell you guys, because you guys are pretty strong this year, I can tell you this comfortably. If you notice it goes up and down on the same value, like 1, -1, 8, -8, that will be the A value. Okay? So if it goes up and down to the same values, it's going to be that is your A value, the positive version. So if I don't see a formula for it, I understand you get it. You get it. All right, C value. C value. No, I'm skipping over B because that's the toughest of all three. Max plus min, right? 1 plus -1 divided by 2. So what's my C value here? 1 plus -1. Cut it in half. 0. Thanks, Grant. Yep. Again, if it goes up and down to the same amount, there is no shift. Now, can you keep using the formula if you don't feel comfortable remembering that? All right, but if it goes up and down the same value, there is no shift. All right, you ready for the B value? What formula am I using again for B? Period, right? P equals 2 pi over B. We are going to have to get more comfortable finding the period just looking at a graph now. So let me take this slow. period. How long on the x-axis will it take for me to see the full curve? Now, everyone agree, I only see half of it right now. So if I continued it on, where on the x-axis would I get to see the full curve? Over at 4 pi. Everyone agree? Period. So the period, not the b value, the period is 4 pi. That's how long on the x-axis this curve would finally end. And you guys did this beautifully on the quiz, so keep doing it. Now solve for b. What's up, Richie?
Is like the definition of like the curve, like from one max to the next max? Is that like what the curve?
Or minimum to minimum.
Okay.
Yep, that's a great way to find the period. Just go from max to max or min to min. Yep. Mm-hmm. So put that bad boy over 1, cross multiply. Let's see, what do I got? 4 pi b equals 2 pi. What are you guys doing to get the b by itself? Divide both sides by 4 pi. I think the pi's cancel. So I'm left with 1/2 for my b value. Or just do it on your calculator. 2 pi divided by 4 pi. It'll give you a half back. All right, you ready? Now I got all the values. Write the equation. And there's one thing I haven't talked about yet. Y equals, what was my a value?
1.
1. If you want to write the 1, makes you feel warm inside, go ahead. Here's the other thing. You have to see if it's a cosine or a sine curve yourself now. Is this a cosine or a sine curve?
Cosine.
Cosine, correct. So 1 cosine in parentheses. What goes in parentheses? 1/2 my b value, x. And then you can put plus 0, but there is no shift, so that's it. I'm not going to take the time, but if you guys want to, you go to your grapher on NumWorks, you type in what you think the answer is, and then for your x, you go from 0 to 2 pi. From your y, you go to -1 to 1. Look at your curve, should match exactly what you have on the graph if you want a quick check. Just make sure your calculator is set up with the same x and y axis as up on the graph. Harper, go ahead.
Why can't you do like 2 cosine half x and then plus 1 or minus 1?
Say that again. 2
Cosine. Because isn't the amplitude
2 cosine. What do you want to put? 1/2 x?
Yeah.
And then what?
Minus 1. Because isn't the minus 1 shift?
Okay, but here's the problem though. I get that. That would work for here because you would go up to 2 and then down 1 and land here, but it wouldn't work. There's my old max, old minimum, and you want me to go down 1. There's my new one on your curve. Your new minimum now is -3, but mine on the curve is -1. So that's a problem with your equation here. The minimum would be -3 and not -1. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Everyone be awake here. Numbers time. Okay. Writing equation. Cosine, good. Amplitudes, too. I already gave you the a value. Done. Period. All right. I'll work with that. A shift, down 1. You also have the c value. So I've already given you the a and the c. We just need to find b because it's not 3 pi, right? That's the period. What formula are you going to give me to find the period? Find the frequency, though. Ooh, here we go. 8, Gabby. What can I use to find b?
3 pi equals 2 pi over b.
Period equals 2 pi over b. Yep. Put it over 1. Do your magic, everyone. Take your time. Put it in your calculator if you need to. When you're ready, let me know that b value. Ethan, when you're ready.
2/3.
2/3. Yep. No pi because they canceled. 2/3. All right, we got everything. Who's up? Y equals. Finish it now. Finish it. Ethan again.
2 cosine x 2/3 minus 1. what I'm saying.
You leave it like that? Correct, but it looks gross to me.
Well, 2/3 x.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
I mean, it
Alright.
works either way.
It does. It just. Do
So,
you say 6x or x6? Right? I know, I'm right. Correct. Yep. Keep going.
just -1.
There you go. Yep.
Wait, so there's no X?
Now, see, now you got me. Yes, there is.
I thought we just did the shift. Like you do it the amplitude.
No. Whoa. Where have we been here? The shift is your C value. Amplitude is just the height. The shift is the C value.
Why did we do shift the C value as 1 in the last one?
Because the C value is 0. I don't have a shift here. That's the A value. There is no C value here. And that corresponded to the C value. C equals shift.
Yeah.
Yes. A is the amplitude. That's the height of the curve. Okay? C tells me how many up or down I'm going to go. That's why I put a -1 here and the amplitude 2 here. The shift is not A. I don't know if that's what your mindset is.
No.
Okay, the shift is C. You might be thinking about mins and maxes. Like that's how we use both of these together to find the min and the max, yes. But the shift by itself is just the C value. Good?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Questions? All right, well, let's just make sure we get this straight. Oh, look at that bad boy. That looks like a beast. All right, write the equation. All right. I'm going to go a little quicker now because I know we got some studs in here. If you want to do max minus min divided by 2, go ahead. But I noticed that it goes up and down in the same number. So what should be my amplitude? 2, right? Now look, if you did 2 minus -2 divided by 2, you're still going to get an amplitude of 2, an A value of 2. Which would also mean, since it goes up and down in the same value, is there a shift? No. Nope, no shift, 0. Again, do max plus min if you're not comfortable with how quick I'm going. All right, now we have to talk about the B value. Period equals 2 pi over B. Richie mentioned going from max to max or min to min to find the period, and I'm fine with that. I always like starting at 0 personally, because I'll show you why. Can you guys find where on the x-axis it starts repeating again? So if I go up, down, up, where would it start repeating again? Because it's not out to 2 pi. It's going to, ready? Up, and then it comes down, then I go back up, and then I stop right there. And then I start repeating again. So where did it stop? At pi. So there's the period, pi. I always like starting at 0. Now look, Richie, are you wrong if you went from, let's say, here to here? No, but it's going to be tougher to notice that's pi. That I went pi. That's why I like starting at 0, because wherever you end, that's the period. Okay, that's the period. All right. Go ahead and solve your B value. When you're ready, let me know. What do you have for your B, your frequency? Stella, when you're ready. 2, good work. And somebody's ready for the equation for me. 2, page, here we go. Y equals
2 sine.
All right, well, just stop real quick. You're right. Everyone okay? It's a sine curve. Just want to make sure we establish why it's a sine curve. We're good. Sine.
2x. And then plus 0, I guess.
Sure. Makes you feel warm. You can put it on there. Any questions, comments? All right, good. I deleted that this year. All right, this is actually 2 questions in one. there's a question first, number 5, and then part A. So go ahead, write the equation: amplitude of 1, frequency of 1/2, and a shift up 3. Hold on, somebody real quick. 7, Ariana, here we go. Amplitude of 1, what value do you already have now?
1.
Yes. Is that A, B, or C?
Oh,
sorry,
A.
my fault. A, yep. Frequency doesn't give you any A, B, or C, and then what's the shift up 3 give you?
C.
C. Okay, so I got to find B before I do anything else. Describe to me how you're going to find B now. Stella, back to you. How do I find B? Use what formula?
P equals 2
Yep. And what do you plug it in for P in this problem?
1/2.
You got it. Hold on.
Oh wait, no.
Whoa, this is on me. This is on me. I didn't even need to do this. What do I already have?
B.
I'm awful sometimes. All right, then put it all together then. Harper, come on now. Let's go. Y equals.
Sine? No, 1 sine.
Yeah, you don't have to have the 1. You were correct.
Oh,
Sine, what's in here?
1/2x.
Yep, and
Plus 3.
you got it. All right, what's the maximum? This is old school. Let's do a little review. This is old school.
1. No.
It was 1.
Oh, 4.
It was 1. Oh, you can answer it, yeah. Right, the max was 1. It was -1 to 1, but yeah, I added 3. So go ahead, Harper. What's my new max? 4. Yep. You feeling comfortable? Maybe. I don't think I could throw anything else tougher at you. Get rid of 6. Get rid of 6. I'm not about that. We don't need to do that. Get rid of 6. I got to get rid of that next year. But we can do 7. Oh. Wait for this one page. Get all fired up for this one.
I was excited.
All right, so I gave you an A. I did not give you B. And I gave you C. So let's focus on B first. Find the B value, because you can't use 3 pi. You can plug it in, though, and solve for it. It's getting fired up in this hallway. It's getting real. I'm about to add to it in a couple of seconds here. Isabel, what do you got for me, B value? Good work, good work. You want to put it all together for me, Isabel? We're not, and this won't be my final answer because there's one part of this problem I have not spoken about and taken care of. But go ahead. Y equals? Yep, 2. What type of curve is it? Cosine in parentheses. You got it. And then -1. All right. This is not correct because I have not talked about what's the deal here. It's reflected in the x-axis. What do I always see on my equations that says, oh, time to flip it? I got to attach what here? You tell me. You guys have graphed these before. When does a max become a min become a max? When it's? Yes. So I need to have that out in front. That reflects it over the x-axis. Good. That's a reflection. Mins and maxes flip. And I think we got one more. Yes. And I have to graph it too. Let's go. Oh, you have no idea what you're in for. Let's do the equation first because I hate to break it to everybody. A, B, C, not even given. Nothing's given. I do know, though, I have a max of 14 and a min of 6. That should get you your A and your C value. Back to you guys. How do you calculate the max? Or how do you calculate the A value here? Gave it away. Richie, hello? So give me some numbers here.
Max is 14
Yeah.
minus 6 over 2.
Good. So my A value is 4. All right, somebody else. How can I calculate the C value? Ooh, Gabby, C value?
14 plus 6 over 2.
You got it.
Uh,
Oh, you want to do that? Go ahead, sure.
Good.
10, there you go. B value, not 3 pi, but actually, no, what's the period? 12? Never mind. So 12 equals 2 pi over B. So that's boom, boom, divide by 12. When you have it, let me know what you think what the B value is when you have it. 9, Harper, when you have it.
1 6 pi.
Yep, good. Pi over 6, 1 6 pi, same thing. Okay, we're not even sniffing the graph yet. Don't even sniff the graph. Ready? Y equals, put it all together. Let's put it all together here for me. Ethan, go ahead. Go ahead, do it too. Go ahead. I'll put you in a headlock.
4 cosine pi over 6 x
Good idea. Yeah,
plus 10.
good. All good? All right, now we got to go back pre-quiz here and graph it. All right. But you guys have moved on from the quiz, so sometimes they're going to make it a little bit more difficult on you. Sketch the graph, okay, without a calculator for at least 2 cycles. So you're not going to need 4 marks here, you're going to need 8. All right, because we're going to do this once, and then we're going to repeat ourselves. 2 full cycles, so make sure you have 8 tick marks on here. 8. However you want to space that out. I got away by going every 2, but. Do you guys want to talk about the X or the Y axis first? What do you want to do? It doesn't, we're going to have to do both. X axis while we're here? Okay. Do you remember how to label the X axis from your quiz? Well, this wasn't on the quiz because you didn't have to do this, but before then, how do I calculate where it ends and what I go by? Richie?
Isn't it 2 pi divided by 8? And then, never mind.
Where's your curve going to end? At the what?
X.
What?
Wait. Never mind.
All right, it's all right, it's all right. This is why we're reviewing. How did you figure out what numbers went on the x-axis? I needed the what to start with. I needed the period. And we already know the period in this one is what? 12. So it's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually I would have 4. It's going to end 12 there. And then how do I figure out more values? I took the period and cut it into equal parts of 4, right? My key values. That's why we review. It wasn't on the quiz. So I take 12 divided by 4. So that means I'm going by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. I'd stop. There's one curve. Keep going, though. What's after 12? 15, 18, 21, and 24. So there's going to be 2 full curves right there. Do you remember what 3 values I need on the y? What are my 3 values I need on the y? Go to redemption?
Max, min, and midline.
Perfect. Max, min, and midline. So what was the max? 14, so that's got to go on there. Also the minimum, 6, and also the midline, which we found, which was 10. So I need 6, 10, and 14 on there somehow. So maybe go by 2s. So nothing should be graphed below. And I don't need all of them. If you just want to graph 6, 14, and 10, that's up to you. This is as tough as we're gonna get right here. All right, let's finish this out here. Gabby, you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead, finish your curve. Finish it. You ready? Whenever you're ready, finish it.
It's cosine, right?
It is a cosine function. Yep. So where does it should start?
At the max.
Which was 14.
14.
So we're going to start this at 14, then go where?
To the midline, so that's 10.
Yep. So at 3, I should graph 10. Then where?
And then to the min,
Yep.
which is 6.
Yep.
Back to the midline. And then back to the max.
There you go. So there's one cycle. And now we're all going to do it again for the second one. And we're done. It's all you guys now. Cross out number 1 and 2. I'm only about writing equations and graphing with you guys. All right, 1 and 2 you can get rid of. Everything else, let's keep it going.